Shaka and welcome to Get Lean with Adeline. You have myself, Adeline Tutu, taking you through today's lovely Pilates mat flow. So with this next one, our first series is going to be a combination of a few different standing exercises, and then we'll move on to the floor. So with this first one, I'd like you to bring your feet in together, so parallel to your, so right underneath your hips. And you want your feet to be slightly wider than your hips or toes pointing out to the side, okay? But the heels remain underneath the hips. From here, you're going to get into a lovely deep squat and just making sure that your knees are trailing right above your second toe. So we come down into a squat, we stand up nice and tall, just making sure that your shoulders are dropping away from your ear as you are standing. Nice work. Once you're here into that squat, I want you to exhale as you're coming up. So inhale, exhale, you're nice and light to stand. Let's go for 4, toes out, 3, and 2, last one. Now, our next move, you're going to add on. So I want you to bring your heel out to the side. As you get into your squat, you're going to stand up nice and tall, and you're going to bring that knee up towards your elbow. So down into a squat, standing up nice and tall, reaching down and across. So as you're doing this, you're working your lower body, but you're also working your core with that stability on the right leg and bringing your knee to your elbow, working your obliques. Straight back into your squat. We're going to alternate here. So down and up. Reaching up, knee to elbow, reaching up, straight back down. And up, reaching up, knee to elbow, down, straight back into your squat. Nice work. Now try and make sure that you're breaking up these movements so you're working a whole lot with your coordination. Nice work. Let's go for 4 more like this. Nice work. Final 2. And we're going to hold onto the side right here with this left leg working. So reaching up nice and tall with your right hand. You're going to have your hand out to the side or place it on your hip for a bit of support. Now from here, we're just going to work with those knee to elbows, reaching down and then up. So toes to the floor, reaching with that knee to the elbow, working through your obliques. Going for 4 more. And 3. Last 2. Last one here. Now hold in that position, we're just going to kick the legs out and bring it back in. You can bring your fingertips behind your ear as well if you need to. But otherwise, this is a great exercise for a lot of control and stability, but also working through your inner thighs. Going for 4. Last 3, keep the knee nice and high. Final 2. Last 1, hold that leg out, bring it into a lovely curtsy. And kicking straight back out. Bring it into your curtsy and straight back out to the side. So we're working the outer inner thighs as well as your entire oblique with that kick. Going for 3 and 2. Last 1, hold there, we pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, shake it off. Let's move over to the other side. Now we're starting from that knee to elbow position with your right leg now. So toes are pointed on the right side, making sure your hip are not turning out, externally rotating, keeping them facing the front. Left hand reaching up nice and tall. We're going to try and keep that hip nice and stable as we bring the knee to the elbow. And reach and squeeze. Going up, squeeze. Going for 4 and 3. Final 2. Last one here, we hold right there. Bringing your fingertips to your ear or hold on to a wall if you need to. You extend the leg, you bring it straight back in. Kicking out to the side for 5 and 4. Last 3 and 2. Last one, we hold there. Bring it into your curtsy and kicking straight back out. Now this is going to allow your entire outer glute, inner thighs, working as you bring yourself out to that lovely kick position. Going for 5 more and 4. And 3, final 2, lucky last one here, we hold at the bottom, lovely little pulse here for 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. All right, we're not done yet, let's finish it off with a little quad burner. I want you to bring your feet wider than your hips, So it's almost like a plie squat, okay? So the toes are pointing right out to the side. We're going to drop the hips here. So imagine a pulley from the top of your head to your tailbone, driving straight down and pulling straight back up. If this is too much, you can turn the toes a little closer to the center of your body. Otherwise, let's work the inner thighs, dropping down, pulling straight up. Hands out to the side for that extra stability and support. Going out to the side for 3, and 2, and 1. Now, as you come up, you turn, 1 lunge to the bottom, bring it back into that plie, turn over to the other side, and out into that plie. We're almost done. Going for 6, and 5, last 4, and 3, 2, last 1. Hold that position for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake the lactic acid. Oh my God. And that brings us to the end of this first segment. Stay with me after the break. We're going to continue with that burn. Welcome back to Get Lean with Adeline. Let's move on to our next little series here. I'm going to find you on the mat. Let's move on to our hands and our knees. So, coming down onto the floor with this next one, we are going to be working with a few different movements, but hitting our obliques and our abs, okay? So we hit the legs earlier. Now let's work with our arms and our legs. So with your knees directly underneath your hips, your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. You want to make sure that you maintain this lovely tabletop position. You're not arching the spine, causing a lot of tension through your lower back, and you're also not pushing the spine out. You're keeping it at a lovely neutral here. I'm going to start my timer so that we can get this workout right. Keeping the hands right there. Now from here, watch as I try my best not to move my hips. I'm going to drop my forearm or my elbows to the floor and then kicking straight back up with my elbows straightened, okay? So pushing through the heels of your hands, you drop your elbows or your forearm to the floor. Pulling your head straight back up into that lovely position. So making sure you're inhaling, exhaling as you push back up. Let's go for 5 more like this and just making sure that that hip is nice and stable and you're working your triceps right here with your chest. Going for 4 and 3. Final 2. Last one here. Nice one. All right, so our next move, I'm going to extend my legs. All right, so right leg moves up. I drop my forearm, I push straight up, I bring it straight back in. I extend my other side, left leg out. Dropping my forearm, bringing myself straight back up. Right in. Nice one. Let's go for 4 more like this. And in. And 3. You can move them out simultaneously. Final 2. A lot of core control here. Final 1. Nice work. Now while you're holding this position, this is going to be a little tricky and I hope you don't fall on your face, but a lot of control through this next movement. Option 1, I want you to bring that left foot down to the mat, okay? Taking note, watching this one very carefully. I'm going to bring my right hand up to the sky, stretching through my spine, but also opening up my chest. I'm going to bring that right hand right underneath, turn and rotate, and then I bring it straight back out to the side, okay? So this is my start position. I'm not going to reach up to the sky now. I'm just going to focus on reaching through, threading my arm through, and reaching straight back up, aligning my shoulders nicely. Let's go for 3 more like this. Otherwise, for a bit more of that core challenge, raise in that top leg, tuck that tailbone in, and you're going to thread your arm through. One final one here, nice way. And reach it through. Let's hold that position now. Raise that left leg, hold in that position. I am going to bend my knee as I bring my elbows to bend, and then I straighten my hands straight back out. Nice one, bending and straightening. Now my hamstrings on my left side is going to be working really hard to maintain that lovely high knee. Let's go for 5 and 4. The core is working to keep you in this position. Final 3 and 2. Last one here. I'm going to pulse my elbow up as I pulse my toes. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness, the sweat is real. Bringing it down, so that's a great core ab sequence right there. It's going to challenge your entire ab and trunk area to work really hard, which is therefore going to strengthen your entire body. Now moving on to our next one, we're just going to straighten our right leg. Tuck your tailbone, tuck your toe in of that left foot. Now just going for a few of these, coming in and out, going for 2. Last one here. All right, now let's hold that leg up. Remember, you can hold the leg up for a little more extra core challenge, or you can drop that toe to the floor. I'll just start with this one, just so you can understand what I mean. Now I want you to bring your left arm up to the side. Turn, open up the chest first for the first rep. Then I want you to bring your thumb. Following that thumb through, I want you to look underneath the arm, threading that hand through, and then straight back out to the side. That right toe can stay on the floor for these first few reps. Otherwise, for that added core challenge, your abs are going to be on fire for this one. Pull your belly button up to the spine, keeping both your hip bones facing the mat. Hold that position. Thread the thumb through. I want you to look underneath you. And bringing it straight back up. Underneath that arm, pulling out to the side. Let's go for 3. Final 2. Rotating through. Last one here before we add those bends in the arms and the legs. Hold it out to the side. Now you're going to bend the elbow as you bend the knee. I'm not even kidding, the sweat is dripping down every single part of my body right now. My head and my arms have sweat everywhere. Let's go for 5 and 4. Last 3, hamstrings on fire. Final 2. And last one we hold here. Let's pause for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness. All right, bring in those arms out to the front for a little bit of a stretch. Hold in that position. Bring your left foot underneath your hip. Your left foot underneath your hip. Stretching out a bit here with the glutes. Bringing your chest to the floor. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's flip over onto the other side. A lot of sweat on my mat today. Hold in that position. Coming back to center, let's sit up nice and tall on our mat. We are going to stretch out to the side, right hand over to the left side, or vice versa. And then over to the front, back to the side. And that is it for our workout for today.